Rolling, rolling, rolling. Okay. I played a little Heroes of the Storm today, like an idiot.
Ooh, the new alpha?
Yeah, now that they're no more wipes. Promised no more wipes. So I am back in.
And Tuesday's the big day.
Yeah, the new patch, right?
I don't know what that means for me. I don't know what that means. What does it mean?
It means you have a cloak that I won't have. That's what it means.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think
this was the last chance to get the actual legendary cloak.
I'm pretty sure that if it's once the patch is out, you're screwed. And if you didn't get it already. So I think I'm out. I don't think I can do it in the weekend.
Fert.
Yeah. Good job, Fert. You buttholes. All right. Here we go. It's ready to go. And it begins in 3, 2, 1. Tonight on Tmspm, SNL loses one of the good ones.
New Ghostbusters film will be a reboot.
Jon Stewart is not doing Meet the Press.
Hallelujah. Kate Upton singing the shite.
Slinging
the shite.
Slinging the shite. Miley's date got busted.
Board game time.
Your Twitter questions and more on this episode of The Morning Stream. Evening edition. PM.
This is The Morning Stream, but it's not in the morning, it's at night. PM.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Morning Stream PM edition. My name is Scott. That's Brian. Hi, Brian.
Hi.
How you doing?
That's some great mellow jazz.
Well, let me tell you. There's a reason we do this show at night. You're sitting at home going, what the hell is this about? I've just started listening, and this isn't the morning. This is night. Why? What's going on? It's in the PM.
In the Utah?
Yeah, whoops.
PM.
That's what I meant to click. It's because we have a Patreon, and you guys supported it to an extent that we unlocked an unlockable, and that unlockable turned out to be a thing that made it so we did a fifth episode a week.
Shut me in the episode.
Listen, if you're going to make a whole new episode, you may as well do it at night. Episode. I like that kind of old man, too.
Yeah.
What is that guy? What would you classify him?
He's the Eureka guy. He's the old miner.
Oh, a 49er, like a yeah,
right.
Like an old.
He's that classic actor whose name is escaping me right now.
We found a lot of gold in them there hills.
That's exactly the guy that I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
yes.
I don't know his name either. He's one of Tom's favorite actors. I know that. Anyway, keep bringing Tom up. Jeez, it's almost like I did DTNS today, which I did.
Oh, that's right. That was today. Yeah,
it's always fun. You've been on there. It's good. It's a good time.
I have. It's a very good time.
He had me read half the news articles, and I don't know what lunch I had, but apparently it made it so I read everything 100% perfectly and without error.
Whoa.
Which I know you're not used to hearing.
I don't know what that's like.
No,
for you.
You haven't had that experience. Anyway, here we are. We're doing it. And thanks again, patreon.com/TMS. We're happy to be here. Jan Hooks died today.
Yeah. That's so sad.
SNL star Jan Hooks. Now, you said something about her famous line from the Pee-wee's Big Top or whatever.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure. She's the woman at the, she's the one who gives the Alamo tour and says, do I hear some stomachs rumbling? She's chewing her gum the whole time.
She's great.
And,
you want that line? End, here's that line. I'm going to play it.
Yeah, give me the line. Give me the line.
Here you go. I got just some video.
Oh, that's early.
It's only 36 seconds in. Or 36 seconds. Oh, it's 2 minutes long. Sorry, my bad. Let me skip ahead.
Go to the last 20 seconds of I think that's the same video I looked at.
All right. Here she's talking. It's it's a little quiet. I apologize.
The mainstay of the Alamo diet is corn. Corn can be prepared many ways. It can be boiled, shucked, creamed, or in this case, dried. Corn
skipping ahead.
Upon this battlement in 1836, troops under the command of General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna.
It's so quiet.
Oh, it sounds all right.
Is it?
At this time, I'd like to conclude our tour, and I mean it. Y'all have been one of the greatest groups I have ever worked with, really. Okay, are there any questions? Yes.
Where's the basement?
Excuse me?
Aren't we going to see the basement?
There's no basement at the Alamo.
Oh, man. I forgot. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Why?
The culmination of the entire film. Spoiler alert, people.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that movie, though.
Yeah, that gives away a bit. But whatever, man. She was awesome, and she's from that crew, from like the Phil Hartman,
Yeah. John
Lovitz. Yeah. Who else? Kevin Nealon.
Victoria Jackson, Julius Sweeney were all in that group. David Spade, I think, started out in that group.
Same with Chris Farley.
Yep.
All those guys. In fact, she was the wife in that famous Farley episode where her and Zippy are the parents to Down by the River.
Oh,
kid.
Right. To David Spade and Christine Applegate. Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, just sad. I just felt like she was a staple of my late 90s or late 80s, early 90s SNL watching.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Has there ever been? I mean, I know this is probably there'd be some argument here, but I'm not sure there's been a better cast since then. There've been many great individuals.
Yeah, there've been fantastic individuals, but as far as like a solid cast, that really was
like one big cast jiving together.
Yeah.
Even when it was like a little pre some of the people who were awesome, and then a little post when it was like Sandler and those guys were coming in, it was still solid. There was nothing quite like it.
Late 80s, early 90s. She started in 1986, left in 1991, had 5 seasons.
Yeah.
I actually would have guessed it was later than that, but so let's see who all was in that 1991 season. You had Dana Carvey, Phil Hartman, Jan Hooks, Victoria Jackson, Dennis Miller, Mike Myers, Kevin Nealon, Chris Farley, Tim Meadows, Chris Rock, Julius Sweeney, Al Franken, Adam Sandler, Rob Schneider, David Spade, and A. Whitney Brown.
Take
that's
Blondie out of there, and you got the perfect cast.
take the coconut out, and
take Victoria Jackson out. Don't need her. No, that was an amazing thing, and I don't know that they've ever had that big and as cohesive a cast.
That was an incredible cast.
Yeah, and look what they've all gone to do big stuff. Like, it's not like a dinky little thing. In fact, if anything, she was the unsung hero of that group. She provided this great female voice and comedic timing and talent, but was the one that kind of got relegated to smaller roles and stuff. It's not like she went off and became.
Right.
What's her name now? I can't think of her name now. Kristen Wiig. She wasn't Kristen Wiig level, but she was glue that held the team together, and there were lots of people like that. And
she was a go-to for sure. Like, they'd pull her into almost every skit. It was like she was the Victoria Wiig. I'm sorry, the Kristen Wiig.
Victoria Wiig. Although I think Victoria Waxon. Hey, Jackson. We can't say any words right now. Yeah, you see, she's got that weird wig on.
She was the Kristen Wiig of that generation, where she was in every skit. She was probably one of the most prolific writers. I'm guessing just because of how frequently she was involved in the skits.
Yep. She made a fine Hillary Clinton. She made a solid. There was another character I always really liked. Now I can't remember it.
Well, the Sweeney sisters. She was Faye.
Oh, right.
Tammy Faye Baker.
Yep. Oh, yeah, and she'd cry all down her face. She was great.
Mascara down her face.
Yeah.
She did a version of. She did a takeoff on Sinead O'Connor.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm looking here through the list of like who the hosts and musical guests were. In that year, you had Faith No More.
No, Lord.
You had Morris Day and the Time. You had Hot House Flowers.
Okay.
You also had Vanilla Ice in 1991 with special guest Joe Mantegna.
So I know who that is because he's the guy that plays the head of the mob, the bosses in The Simpsons.
Where's the money?
Yeah,
my wife keeps asking me. She's very insistent.
Where's the monies?
The monies?
So that's pretty good. He was also really good in.
I met him actually.
Oh, you did? What was
I did.
What was
2
that
years
like?
ago? 2 years ago in Vegas at the Vegas Internet Mafia. Well, what became the Vegas Internet Mafia Family Picnic, which was the Vegas-a-Palooza or Podcast-a-Palooza, which was a big event where all the podcast groups get together. And he was the special guest of the Vegas Tripping team because he was headlining at the time a version of that the Robert De Niro, was it Boy's Life?
Oh.
Story, like a one-man show of that somewhere in Vegas.
Right. I know he was involved in that.
He's he is an intimidating, talk about your intimidating dudes. It's like I was going to go up and say, oh, pleasure to meet you, but my wife is very insistent. Where's the money? I was going to say something like that. But after hearing him talk, I mean, the guy, looks like he could just break you in half.
Oh, yeah. He wants to kill. Yeah. He's got, if there's a hit out, he will fulfill his duty as
that's right.
Two
This
Fingers.
Boy's Life. That's right. Is the name of that.
Joey Two Fingers or whatever his name would be.
Right. Alec Baldwin, Whitney Houston, the Black Crowes, Fishbone. Looking at some of these other performers.
Whitney
Wow.
Houston that year. Wow.
Mhm.
The Time. What's his name? Morris Day.
Morris Day.
What's he doing now? You know he's got talent.
You know what he's doing right now?
What?
He's performing Jungle Love and
Morris
and what
Day.
time is it?
Let's see if we can just get
As
a little.
often as he can.
He's known for example, hey, funny enough, Morris Day doesn't have a Vivo channel. That's very odd. He doesn't have his own little deal there. All right, so
Aw.
let's play a little of this here. Yeah, this is Morris Day. You know what I liked about Morris Day?
What's that?
That mustache, man.
The expertly sculpted mustache.
Yeah.
You're looking at the 2013,
No.
where it looks like it's a point on top and a point on bottom and a black outline around his upper lip.
Oh, look at that. like he kissed Hairspray, what's his name, and walked away with part of it.
John Travolta.
What's his name?
Yes, John Waters.
John Waters. You got a little John Waters stash on top now. Oh boy. Anyway, weren't him and Prince like buddies for a while?
They were, yeah. He was the Morris Day was the bad guy in Purple Rain, and if you go see the Prince impersonation show called Purple Rain in Vegas, the guy runs off stage, changes clothes, and then comes back out as Morris Day.
Oh, awesome. That's awesome. All right, one more thing to do.
Then he runs back and comes back out.
One more thing to do in December when I get out there.
Yeah, that's a show worth seeing. No joke. That is a show worth seeing.
All right. Well, Jan Hooks, Godspeed wherever you end up. We hope.
Wow, what a chain tangential.
Yeah.
Trip we just took.
We don't know what happened though. That's some illness. That's all we know.
Right, something that she'd been battling for a long time, apparently.
Yeah, 57, too young. That sucks. All right. Well, what are we doing now? I know what we're doing now. This right here.
Radio today is different. Powerful networks span the nation from coast to coast. Shortwave radio girdles the globe.
It's time for the evening news.
And it's brought to you by, hey guys, my girlfriend recently entered a contest on sockittome.com for a sock design. Her hand-drawn design got picked out of 5,000 participants and is in the top 30 for a public vote. You wear pants with socks.
Yeah.
Voting ends on the 10th of October. Look for the cute prairie dog one. That's sockittome.com.
Excellent. There's a new Ghostbusters film. It is actually happening. Director Paul Feig is making it, and it will be a complete reboot. He is taking the reins of the new Ghostbuster film, all-female cast. All right? So, all-female cast. This is the Bridesmaids dude. This is who the Paul Feig is, if you're not familiar with his work. He's Bridesmaids man.
Right.
He spoke to Entertainment Weekly to elaborate on his vision for the reboot. Quote, my favorite thing to do is work with funny women. I think that's how he gets a little something on the side.
So we're looking at Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, probably her.
Actually, it even says her name down there. So,
Gosh, I don't know about that. It says for the film, Feig will team once again with the Heat screenwriter Katie Dippold, who takes over for Dan Aykroyd on the script. Aykroyd had to go find aliens or something. However, don't expect Ghostbusters 3. I love the first one so much, I don't want to do anything to ruin the memory of that, Feig said about the reboot. What do you mean, like Ghostbusters 2? That movie sucked! 2 sucked. It wasn't good at all, dude.
Wasn't good at all. It was Tina's and my first, I wouldn't even say date. It was the first thing we ever did together, but
yeah.
But I was going out with somebody else at the time.
Oh, well then, not that one then.
Yes.
Let's see here. We want to restart it because we have brand new dynamics. I want the technology to be cooler. I want it to be really scary. I don't want to I want it to happen in our world today that hasn't gone through it. So it's like, oh my God, what's going on? Oh, he didn't spell it out. I was reading as it was phonetic. He writes, that was a terrible quote. It was an awful quote, and I read it bad as well. So I'm going to move on here. Bill Murray.
What happened in our world today that hasn't gone through it? So it's like, oh my God, what's going on? Oh, okay, so basically he wants this to take place in a world where there weren't other Ghostbusters.
Oh,
before them.
Okay, so I guess
I speak Feig.
Couldn't he? I wonder if it'll feature a lot of toilet jokes because he's into those. In his movies. Bill Murray.
Yes.
I think he's...
whose biggest film easily is whatever that one was that we heard a clip from. From our Twizzler.
The hot lady one.
Yes, Nev Campbell and Denise Richards.
Severe
tire damage. That's it, exactly.
Tire damage. Severe tire damage. I want to see the movie Severe Tire Damage.
Wild Things, thank you, I swear.
Wild Things, that's it. That's severe tire damage. He played Venkman in the original series, was dead set on not appearing in the third film, which held up pre-production on the project for years. However, Murray was also among the first to voice his support for an all-female Ghostbusters team, going as far as recommending Melissa McCarthy, Emma Stone, Kristen Wiig, and Linda Cardinelli for the roles.
Cardellini.
I don't know, whatever.
That's what I get at the Olive Garden. No, you know Linda Cardellini. She was in ER for a while. She played Thelma on the live-action Scooby-Doo movies. Oh man, trying to think of what else you might know her from.
Oh no, yeah, I know her.
She's like a.
No, she's very funny. No, she's
as like
Freaks
Ellen
and Geeks
Page.
is where she's from.
Yes, Freaks and Geeks,
Yeah.
of course. Yes,
No, I like her. And you know what? She's beautiful.
she is. Oh yeah.
I'm just saying. All right, that's fine. Whatever. I don't know about Melissa McCarthy though. Do we need her again? Do we need that? Because she plays the same character every time she does anything, Brian. It's Melissa McCarthy. It's the same deal.
I know. According to one of the reviews, there's the new Bill Murray. Speaking of Bill Murray, new Bill Murray movie coming out this weekend.
Yeah.
And apparently Melissa McCarthy has a very different kind of role in this one. But
all right. Well, I guess we'll find out what that means.
I don't know. Yes.
Don't forget he was Bosley in that first.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was bad. It's an awesome cast.
He was Garfield too.
For me, there's so many ways I can go with this, but there are so many funny women. That's going to be the hardest thing to narrow down to who to put in it. Boy, he really is a weird talker. I've got lots of ideas on that, but nobody's set in stone. Bottom line, I just want the best, funniest cast. Wiig and McCarthy seem to have an inside track in giving their roles in his Bridesmaids and the Heat movies, so maybe they'll get in there. I'm all for more Kristen Wiig. That's fine. She'd make a pretty good Venkman.
Well, yeah, and it probably wouldn't be, the same kinds of roles, right? You wouldn't have your,
You could.
let me rephrase that. You probably would have your super solid scientist. You'd have your goofball. You'd have your over the top, straight laced by the books.
Who's your Ernie Hudson though? Who's that? In this
out of this group?
Yeah,
Melissa McCarthy, Emma Stone, Kristen Wiig, Linda Cardellini.
Give it to Emma Stone. She lisps. Naturally, she's a natural lisper.
She'd be your nerd. Your
actually, there is no. You need
goofball.
Do you need an African American lead
to round it out? Well, they thought that with Sex and the City, didn't they?
But I want them to do a straight on Ghostbusters reboot. Fine, but I want the characters to be called Petra Venkman and. Ray, what was Ray's last name? I don't remember.
Lori PM says Kristen Wiig as Venkwoman.
And then have a dude play the role of Sigourney Weaver's character and a lady. I just reverse all of the reverse all the genders. That's all you have to do, and just keep the same thing. Gozer, everybody's the same.
Stance. Who would be your? I mean, let's say you do go the route of the original Ghostbusters and pull an African American actress in there. Who do you use?
I use
Wanda Sykes is a good suggestion from Red in the Tadpole.
I don't know. She kind of wears thin.
Oh, Aisha Tyler for the win. There you go.
Okay, I'd take
Settled.
Aisha Tyler.
Done.
Yeah, I think that's who you get. That's a good one.
You don't
Very
even need
good
to look any further than that. That's where you go.
I think you nailed it. Who else would it be? That's all. Yeah, that's it. That's it. She's your perfect cast.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny at the same time. It's for Ernie Hudson, who nobody thinks back on very fondly as a Ghostbuster. Maybe she'd do better. I don't know. So there's that. That's going on. Watch for more on that as we get closer to it. Jon Stewart turned down the Meet the Press deal. He was going to be the Meet the Press host.
Wow, that just seems so crazy.
He turned it down. I think it sounds brilliant, to be honest, but he was like, I don't want to fight people every who
Now, is this during his stint on The Daily Show, or?
Yeah, it'd be like a thing he'd do at the same time kind of thing. I'm trying to think who else does that. Does someone else do like a double gig like that? Or like they're a talk show host part of the time?
Joel McHale does that kind of with Community.
That's what I'm thinking of. I know it's not quite the same, but it's similar, right?
Yeah, similar.
He was going to do it. A lot of people are sad that he won't do it. Some are happy he's going to do it. This article I found does like it. They say this: the one person who really dodges the bullet here is Stewart himself by not allowing this truck full of peacock ducats to tempt him into taking a job he doesn't really want to have. I mean, basically what they were looking for is his ability to draw truth out and make it funny. And the problem is on a panel show like that, I think he would just let loose, and I'm not sure it's the right format. I don't know. He didn't want to do it, basically. He just said, no, I don't want to do it. So it's fine. He's out. Not interested. Kate Upton is interested, though.
Interested in being on Meet the Press? That'd be great.
No.
I'd start watching Meet the Press very regularly.
Yeah, I think maybe more on the regular, but also she's so busy with all that weird torso work she's doing.
Torso work, yeah.
That anyway, she thinks Google has a serious problem. Here's a quote, all right? Quote, like the NFL, which turned a blind eye when its players assaulted and victimized women and children, Google has turned a blind eye while its sites repeatedly exploit and victimize these same women. Now, I think she's a little confused because Google doesn't own the internet.
That's right.
Google lets you search
like
the internet.
It's Richard Cheese emailing me. Brian, can you tell the people at Wikipedia to stop putting bad stuff about Coverville 500 in there, please?
I can't believe he asked you that still. To this day, I cannot believe it.
I'm sure I still have those emails somewhere.
I wish it was a voicemail. Hey,
God,
Brian. Tell those people. Not like that.
No, not like that.
No. No, I understand what she's saying. But
right.
First of all, the comparison's wrong. She's like third eagle all of a sudden.
The NFL, manages those players and didn't do the right thing when it came to disciplining them.
Yeah, Google doesn't manage anything.
Right, exactly. Google's a search engine says, well,
now they
if
could
you do a search for Kate Upton and boobs,
right,
you're probably going to find stuff.
And if they said, okay, well, we're going to block that. We're just going to block any searches for that. Well, then the precedent says they can do it for anything, anytime, for anybody.
Right.
And they are not in the business of doing that. You have the ability to do it. You are barking at the wrong tree. And her and a group of people are threatening to sue Google for $100 million.
Oh, wow.
Because they think that Google has a very
any of the
specific
other
hand.
Kind of the other famous women who are at the top of that list, are they involved in this lawsuit, or is she
Some of them, I'm going to look real quick. I think I want to say blah, blah, blah.
Because, I mean, could they, I don't know how Reddit works. That's crowdsourced, right? So that's completely managed by the users, or is there a central thing? Because that wasn't Reddit or Reddit involved in that?
Reddit? Yeah, they do. So Reddit is weird because on the one hand, they provide kind of an anarchy and anybody can do whatever they want, but then they'll cave to certain pressures and close stuff down. So they're a better example of a place you should go after, because if they're willing to shut down some of it, they should be willing to shut down a lot of it. Yeah. But maybe they don't have a complaint toward them, because the one thing they did shut down was this thread with all these celebrity photos in it at one point, although a bunch of that's back up there now. So anyway, the internet's a weird wild west. I just don't think people... The idea that you can go, Google, you're responsible for every crappy search anyone's ever done ever, or every website that ever exists, it's a really dumb thing to say.
Right.
He says the guy is Marty Singer, by the way. He's a lawyer representing over a dozen celebrities whose accounts were hacked. I'm trying to see if other names have been released of some of the other women. The letter suggests Google's responsibility for celebrities like Jennifer Lawrence, Kate Upton, Rihanna, and so on. Ariana Grande was in those, I guess, but she still claims that wasn't her.
Mm-hmm. Do Googles have brains? Because I seriously wanted to know.
It says here, if your wives, daughters, or relatives are the victims of such blatant violations of basic human rights, surely you would take appropriate action, states the letter. But because the victims are celebrities with valuable publicity rights, you do nothing. Nothing but collect millions of dollars in advertising revenue from your co-conspirator advertising partners as you seek to capitalize on the scandal rather than quash it like the NFL. Really? Come on. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I think that what they did is...
I think there's a lawsuit. There should be a lawsuit, but I don't think Google should be at the other end of that.
It's just like
they found the guy, too. They found the guy who was responsible for this.
They found, the kingpin of it. There's plenty of others, but he's like the...
Go after that guy.
Go after that guy. And here's the other thing, Brian. You and I are... Okay, let's say you and I are on the show here, talking on the internet here.
We are.
We're doing a live stream. Mm-hmm. And if I suddenly said, go round up the donkeys and shoot them in the head with guns... Should Twitch be responsible for me saying that? No.
No,
they shouldn't. Why would
Should
they
Skype?
be? No, Skype shouldn't be. Should the air we breathe be responsible?
Should Heil, because they make your microphone.
Oh, Heil, they're in so much trouble. If I look under this little...
Logitech, your camera.
Logitech, my mouse even. My mouse just hovered over this picture of Linda Cardellini. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
This bugs me. So someone wanna refute it and tell me why they've got a case, that's great, but I don't think there's a case there. And I think it actually sullies the whole point of this, because I am in complete agreement that these women's rights were violated and that what happened is hideous, and we should as a society figure out ways to deal with this. This is not the freaking way. This is a dumb way.
And if Google doesn't let us search for that, then we're going to go to Bing. And if Bing doesn't let us search for that, we're going to go to Yahoo. And we'll just keep on making our way down the line till we get to Alta Vista.
You're like Paulie Walnuts without the lisp at the end. His lisp is killing me. It's killing me. Hey,
I gotta go back and watch an episode of that. I forgot about his lisp.
Seriously, we got. I'm not doing it right, but I wish I could. You know what, Paulie? Hold on.
All right, you're gonna find a scene.
Paulie Walnuts.
I doubt there's something you can play that we don't have to worry about bleeping.
I think it'll be all right. Let's try it.
All right.
Okay. We may have to.
Let's whack this cocksucker.
Oh gosh, dang it, dude! I didn't expect it to be right away.
Did you?
I don't have a 7-second delay or anything.
See? Well,
here, let me skip ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, who called that?
Yeah, Brian's smart.
For what? Why would they be wet? I got no fucking idea.
Oh gosh, dang it! Ah, shoot.
You're watching this show.
I know, but I thought it's not
use.
every single line though. I thought maybe we'd find one that wasn't.
It's every other line.
Dang it. All right. Well, I tried. I like that I follow it up with dang it. All right. Miley Cyrus is
For a second that you were trying to figure out how to throw a towel over the
I was.
over the stream.
I apologize to everybody who may have been offended by my stupidity. Miley Cyrus is not in trouble, but she's in the news because her homeless VMA date. You remember that guy?
Mm-hmm. I do, yeah.
I
never saw a video of him or anything. I didn't watch that show, but I remember her bringing some homeless kid up. Wasn't there a question whether or not he was actually homeless?
Yeah, and there was some talk that he was some just petty drug thief or something. And then there was a lot of stuff going on. But apparently he was less homeless than we thought. And then also, what do you expect? Miley Cyrus trying to show this guy off like a trophy at the freaking VMAs. Mm-hmm. Of course he's not going to be anything like we think he's supposed to be.
Right.
He is in trouble now, though. He's been sentenced to 6 months in jail for violating terms of his probation in Oregon. Officers led away Jesse Helt in handcuffs Tuesday after he and his attorney asked Judge Monty S. Campbell for leniency.
Judge Campbell.
The Honorable Monty S. Campbell presiding. Officers, let's see. Let's see. I'd like to be viewed as a good person, not as a nuisance to society, he says. He's age 22, arrested in 2010 after breaking into an apartment. He violated his probation this year when he failed to meet his probation officer, violated curfew, and didn't complete 88 hours of community service. Instead, he moved to L.A. He sought modeling work, toiled in a few low-paying jobs, and was homeless from time to time. Cyrus met him during a visit to a friend's house. A visit to My Friend's Place, a shelter for homeless youth in L.A. Mm-hmm. Cyrus then brought Helt to the MTV Movie Awards and let him accept her award for Wrecking Ball. Let's see, video of the year. There you go. There's your story.
That's an interesting name for a shelter for homeless youth because it would be what they would say, right? I'm going to go stay at my friend's place.
Yeah, my friend's place. That's weird. That's a weird thing. LA's got a big homeless.
Are you staying at my friend's place or are you staying at your friend's place?
My friend's place is near my friend's place. See?
See, there we go.
I know what I'm doing. All right, we're going to add Dan to the call. And then we're going to take a break after that.
Dan, the board game man.
Yep, he was going to be on next week, but he's on vacation.
Yeah, as will be I.
As will be you. Yours is kind of worky, though.
I'm staying at my friend's place.
Isn't it a little worky what you have to do? It's a little worky, isn't it? Because you got trivia and stuff?
No, it's not all worky.
Oh, it's not worky at all?
No, this is...
well, no worky for you then.
This is me being the equivalent of an Nerdtacular guest at a whole different podcast group's deal.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, bleed them for all they got, because you're Brian Ibbett, damn it. And you're
damn
the man.
right. Buy me drinks.
That's right. Oh, goodness. Looky here what we got here. We got a guy. His name is Dan. His name is Dan Patrice, and he is here on the show to talk about the tabletop world this week.
Yay.
Yay. Dan, what's going on?
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Good, man.
Good, how you doing?
Time is it there? 8 o'clock? Something like that?
Yep, just hit 8 o'clock. I just walked through the door. I had hit all sorts of traffic on it coming home from ice hockey practice for the kids.
Man, that's so cool that you're doing that, though. What a rad sport for kids. I wish there was hockey. There's no like junior hockey league stuff where I live. There's high school, but there's no like the kids can't get into like little league equivalents here, which sucks.
Oh, they don't have rinks around. I know you guys have a minor league team, don't you?
We do. We have so we've got the Grizzlies, the two Z's, mind you.
Z's.
Yeah. We got all this Olympic Stadium crap that's still here for ice hockey and stuff, which is where they play. And then there's big high school goings on and college level stuff for hockey in the state. But when it comes to like little kids, it's all soccer, all football, all the time.
Ah, that's strange. I mean, if you have all that ice, you might as well get the little kids out there. It's such good exercise and discipline and everything else.
That's what I'm saying, man. I wish they would, whatever. Maybe I have to go on a crusade and see if I can't change the hearts and minds.
I have a feeling that you probably haven't hit the ice too much.
No, I'm not. I had a friend, though. His name was, I forgot his name. Bill. His name was Bill. And it's still Bill. It's still his name. And he was really into hockey. And I got to tell you, dude, there was nothing smellier than his gear at the end of the day. He would bring that gear into like his condo where he lived with his mom, and I'd come over there after school, and I swear there was a dead body under the floorboards or something.
Yeah, my equipment smells like my son's equipment's starting to smell a little bit, and I air all that stuff out.
Yeah.
You should, if you want to smell the worst thing in the world, smell my hands after I get done playing on a Monday night.
Gross.
Thanks. It's nasty.
Yes. Next time I shake that thing, it's all I'm going to think about.
That's actually, I've never, if anyone ever asked me to smell their hand, I never would do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't care. Yeah, I wouldn't care what they did with their hand. Smell my hand is something I'm never going to agree to.
I won't even do it with my kids. If Carter said, "Dad, smell my hand," I'd go, "No, I'm not smelling your hand."
Very rarely would even smell my own hand. I know what it's been.
That's pretty foul.
Oh, you don't even have to get that close. Forget it. Those gloves are nasty. I don't even want to know what's growing in those things.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
The ever too beautiful for me wife of mine, Janice, is always like, you better take a shower before you get anywhere near this bed.
That's
when
right.
I get home.
Yeah. She is by the way, she's a lovely woman. I don't know how you scored that, dude. Nice job.
Like all of us, man, it's for some reason there's so many people that walk down the street and go, how in the world did he get her?
Yeah, because you're like us. You're just a big potato like the rest of us.
Exactly.
She's like rad and awesome and beautiful and all that. Well, way to go, all three of us. Yeah.
It's better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. All right, well, let's smell the hand of tabletop gaming now.
All right, so
what do you got, man? What do you got?
Well, just like video games, IP games. What do you guys usually think IP games?
IP games?
IP games.
Games that are based on existing IPs.
I thought you meant like 192.168.
Yep. We just take a random one and see if you can guess
the next number. There's an IP game.
255.255. I'm going to say that my general feeling with video games has been it's super hit and miss. Occasionally somebody gets something right.
Yeah,
but it's more rare than usual that happens.
They're usually garbage.
Yeah,
it's in the board game world especially. It's usually garbage.
Well, every time for every GoldenEye, you get like a bad Spider-Man game or something.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, for board games though, you're talking about like the Spider-Man edition of Monopoly or the Pokemon version of Risk or something like that, right?
Yeah, they're usually, even when they do have like Breaking Bad, the game, it's usually like roll and move, just totally trash.
Right.
But there's a company called Gale Force 9. A couple years ago, they put a game out for Spartacus. Oh. Now that was actually, a lot of people were pretty hesitant, and it turned out to be really good. But the most requested game for me to talk about is also another Gale Force property. You may have heard of a little show called Firefly.
I have, yeah.
So
familiar with it, yeah.
Vaguely. So Firefly, the game Gale Force 9 put out a couple years ago, it is awesome.
Really?
Let me tell you, it's got so many, like every card, every quest, every little thing has got just things back to the TV show. They don't have the movie license. This is kind of one of those weird things where, like, if something shows up in the movie and not the TV show, like they're not supposed to cover it.
Yeah.
Licenses are so weird.
So if you see Wash in a card, it's like, oh, well, that didn't really happen. Spoiler alert.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's really a good game. So the only drawback to the game is that it's kind of a table hog. I'm going to throw a picture into the chat room, and you'll see how ridiculously big it is. That's the only bad thing. It takes, usually the first game is going to take you about 2 to 2.5 hours. So what you've got is you've got a story card, in the game where it's going to give you 3 goals. So you got to do different things like pass a skill test, raise a certain amount of money, like 12,000 credits, things like that, or misbehave a few times to get onto each different goal. And you've got different worlds you can go to. Like you could hire Wash on a certain world, or you can get Kaylee or other people. You can do a job for Niska. You can do a job on Persephone. You can do all these different jobs. Some of them are moral, some of them are immoral. You can smuggle people or smuggle goods. You can aim to misbehave. There's all these different crazy things you can do out there. And you're rolling a die, and you have different skills that your crew gives you to help you pass these tests. And after you do a job, you've got to you got to pay your crew. You actually have the option of not paying your crew, but then they get disgruntled because if it doesn't get his check after we do a job, he's going to be a little disgruntled.
No, I can see it.
So and if I come along after you didn't pay Ibit, and I'm in the same spaceport, I may just be able to throw him a couple hundred credits and he'll come to my ship.
Yep. And
so
if that board game had sound effects when he'd get all mad and disgruntled, here's what you'd hear.
My limp penis.
There you go, right there.
So if you're, I've got a wife who really liked the show, and I've got a son who hasn't watched it yet, but we're working on that. Would they both find it as interesting as I would, like as compelling, or do you have to know something about the background of the show to appreciate the game?
Well, here's the thing. Now, as far as the show goes, you don't necessarily need to know anything about it. You're going to appreciate it a lot more. But if you're not a gamer at all, I never say anything negative about a game when I bring a game onto the show. But if you're not a gamer, this is not going to be a game you're going to want to get because it's going to be one of these games where it takes up so much space, and it's not necessarily complicated, but it takes a while. It's like I said, a space hog, and the rule book, it's not really thick, but it's a little complicated. But if you even remotely dabble in games, like if you can play something like Pandemic, or something even beyond Rummy, then you'd be okay. Because then you'd pick up, and it would even make, I think it would make watching the show even that much more fun because you'd know the people then. Like, so it's kind of vice versa. If you know the game, then watching the show, you'd be like, oh, I know who that is. That guy's a jerk to me in that last quest I went, in the last job I did to him, or I'm solid with Niska. So that's
how many players is it?
Reavers are bad. Got to stay away from them.
Yeah, stay away from
and the Reavers are in there too, and you could pull a Crazy Ivan in the game, which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
It's 1 to 4 players.
And how much room? When you say it's a space hog, like huge table, like what do you got to plan on?
Think about the table you would use for Christmas dinner.
Oh wow.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, you're gonna have to put a leaf in, or have it.
Wow.
Or have a big floor, I guess. Right? You could do that.
or have a card table next to your regular table.
Okay.
But it's now one thing I hate about games. Then this is kind of one of these things that's unique to this game. I hate paper money. It's like the worst thing in the world. But the paper money in this game is the greatest paper money you will ever see. It's got art. Do you guys get Loot Crate?
He does. Brian does.
I do. I did get the most recent Firefly money, which was fantastic.
And that's basically the same money they use in the game, except obviously a smaller size.
A lot smaller, yeah.
Yeah, it is beautiful. These are like works of art, the money in the game. So that's a huge upsize for it. It's just a great game. You could probably get it for about $35, maybe on Fun Again or Cool Stuff, or even on Amazon somewhere. It's worth it if it's worth the time to learn. The first game is going to be a little slower, but once you learn it, you'll really like it. But like I said, if you're just a Monopoly or Rummy family, this is going to be one that's just going to sit on your shelf. But I cannot recommend this company does a lot of good games. Well, I wouldn't say a lot, but they do good IP games because they just put out a what's the name? It's Sons of Anarchy. Sorry about that. They just put out a Sons of Anarchy.
I saw something about that somewhere, that there was a board game. And my initial feeling is always like, well, Cryptozoic did that Walking Dead one, and I didn't think that turned out very good. It was okay, but it wasn't, anything special. But it sounds like maybe IP games are more hit than miss, in your opinion, would you say?
It depends. If it's coming from the right company, they can be more hit than miss. Cryptozoic put out a few. Since they got that Walking Dead license, they put a few out, and that's kind of hard to do. Like the dice game is just a so-so dice game. There's a game it was a card game that I played with a bunch of people at Nerdtacular. It's based on Six Nimit, which is kind of hard to explain, but that is basically just pasted on a theme, but it's still fun.
Yeah.
And it's got some of the
I'm okay with that.
characters
If you're going to scale, like it reminds me of like iOS releases. Everything's an endless runner now, and you're just skinning it to be Spider-Man or freaking Forrest Gump or whoever the runner of the moment is.
Exactly.
And that's okay if the mechanics are strong. I don't care.
Right.
It's totally fine. Oh, by the way, recommendation. Anybody out there I know Brian likes, but like match 3 games where there's like RPG elements in them.
Oh yeah, I saw you tweet about this. What's it called?
I love this game. It's called Oh, crap. Here, let me grab it. It's right here. I forgot the name again. The name is kind of unremarkable.
Unforgettable?
It's unremarkable. It's not a great game, but it's one of these, like, I've always been surprised how good the iOS and Android games are coming from Cartoon Network.
Oh.
They're Adult Swim games. They've done a ton of good stuff. It's Adventure Express, and Express is X and then press. And it is a match 3 adventure-y RPG element thing that is free, but does not nickel and dime you at all.
It's not freemium.
It is, but it's super light. Like they're not forcing you to do anything.
You can get through the game without requiring that.
Absolutely. And it's so much fun. There's a monster in this game called the Boner or something. And it's a little irreverent, but it's fantastic. Just animates so well. So much fun. If you like that match 3 battle stuff, it's really good. I like it.
Did you not get into the Marvel Puzzle Quest?
I did. I played that a ton. Brian played the hell out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I still, me and Sales Geek, I still send him stuff all the time when I get in there every now and then. Did you get into the Galaxy Trucker yet?
Yeah, I got it. So I'm learning it. I haven't done anything with multiple people or other players yet. It's all been computer-y, the campaign bit.
Yeah, the campaign is. I haven't done anything multiplayer either.
I'm starting to get it. I'm not sure I'm down with the whole, hey, here's a pile of random cards and I hope I get an engine out of this one. I mean, it's kind of it's just such a weird combination of like Pipe Dream and Space Trekkers that I'm not sure I have my head around it yet. But I did get it, and it's on sale or something, right? Like $5 right now, and it's going to go up.
Yeah, it's only. I think it's going to be $4.99 because usually board game things like that are usually about that price.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me. But yeah, that thing seems pretty cool. I'm going to keep at it.
It's a ton of fun. There's one more app I'll recommend to you guys that's coming out, I believe, next week. It's been submitted. Now, you may not have heard of it. We haven't talked about it. I may bring it up on a later show. It's called Sentinels of the Multiverse. It's a card game. The app should be out early next week. It's been submitted, and it looks like it's going to be really good. The art is the same art from the game, and it's a co-op game. Like when you play the game yourself, it's co-op against the AI. There's a little AI in the cards, but obviously when you're playing it on the iOS, I'm sure you're going to be able to bring a team of superheroes against them, and it's all card-based, and it's
this is highly rated.
It looks really good. Sentinels Multiverse, one of my favorite games.
It's
that company, Greater Than Games.
Card building, card collecting. What would you call it?
It's deck management because every superhero has their own deck. So you're not putting it together. You're just using the deck of the superhero, and then you're using a power. You're pretty much draw a card. You can use a power. You can put a power into play. So you're basically gonna help your other people out. So it's a little bit of planning. Then you've got the environment you're going against, and you also got the supervillain you're going against, and some of them can be pretty tough.
It looks fun. I would like to, and this is coming to iPad and stuff soon.
Yeah, it should be
Sentinels of the Multiverse, right? Is what it's called.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be iPhone, but probably just the iPad because it's such a resource hog that I can't imagine it being on a phone.
Well, plus just too big, right? Like
I've got a lot of space on my iPhone Plus. Yeah, lots of room, lots of screens.
Listen, fatty phone, forget it. So that's awesome. Dan is the man. You can find him at I said this every time. Geek Jock Blog on Twitter.
Yep.
And there's always something cool going on there. Dan, thanks so much, man. Have a fantastic weekend.
Appreciate it, guys. And talk to you next time.
See you, brother.
See you.
I like Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's energetic.
He is energetic. He's got energy.
But good energetic. Yeah, but he's
not the kind of energetic you want to kick out of bed at night. You want to, whatever that means. Hey, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to do Twitter questions from our hashtag AskTMS. And before that, Brian's going to play us a little song. What do you got there, buddy?
Sure. It says, Dear Snort and Belch, today is Monday, October 6th. This is the day that he wrote this. The past week was pretty full of irritations, including power and internet outages that lasted all weekend. I resolved that this week would be a fresh start, and I would put the past few days behind me. And I promptly got laid off by my employer before lunch. Oh. The coming days are going to be tough, but I'm determined to move forward and find a better career for myself and my family. Since I'll be listening live for the first time in forever, I'd love to hear a song by Rock Sugar as I'm filling out applications. I've loved this band ever since Brian introduced me to them via TMS, and they'll no doubt make my day better. Requested for Wednesday, but if that doesn't work, whenever you can fit it in is great. Thank you both for the constant laughs and the ones to come. Low though show, faux show though, Brandon, a.k.a. Old Man Franks.
Oh, wow, that's right. I heard about the job thing. Oh, that sucks, dude. Ugh. Anyway.
Exactly. P.S. Brian, what's with this band's album not being available for purchase anywhere? No kidding. These guys are great, and anytime I've played them on Coverville, they respond to me on Twitter and say, "Hey, thanks for the love."
Oh, that's cool.
They're really, really cool guys, and hopefully soon they'll be able to get a reissue out so that more people can get their hands on this fantastic album. Basically, the premise behind Rock Sugar is that they'll take a famous heavy metal song, a heavy metal classic, and merge it with maybe a pop tune from the 80s.
Okay.
And that's the case with this one, too. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to tell you that it merges Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train with something else. And you'll just have to enjoy it once you realize it. This is Rock Sugar from their album Reimaginator from 2009. Go find this. And Crazy something.
Crazy Girl.
Well, I wasn't going to say that part.
Oh, you weren't?
Well, I was going to let people figure out, but...
oh, yeah, no, I gave it away then.
That's all right. No, it's not. I guess you didn't give it away.
It's guitar something. It's a hero something with a guitar in front of it. Here it is. We'll be back in a minute. Hang tight, everybody.
All aboard!
Jesse is a friend. Yeah, I know he's been a good friend of mine. But lately something's changed and it's hard to define. Jesse's got himself a girl and I wanna make her mine. And she's watching him with those eyes. And she's loving him with that body, I just know it. And he's holding her in his arms late, late at night. You know, I wish that I had Jesse's girl. I wish that I had Jesse's girl. Why can't I find a woman like that? I play along with the charade. There doesn't seem to be a reason to change. You know I feel so dirty when we start talking cute. Wanna tell her that I love her, but the point is probably moot. And she's watching him with those eyes. And she's loving him with that body, I just know it. And he's holding her in his arms late, late at night. You know I wish that I had Jesse's girl. I wish that I had Jesse's girl. Why can't I find a woman like that? Like Jesse's girl. I wish that I had Jesse's girl. Why can't I find a woman? Why can't I find a woman like that? I know that things are going wrong for me. You got to listen to my words, yeah.
smell like beef.
Oh man, that was that was intense.
Yes, it was.
That was really good. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't expect it to be good.
Those guys know their mashups, man. They know their great ways to hook two songs together like that.
Mm-hmm. They know when to go in and get out. Is what they know how to do.
Right.
Okay,
Exactly.
look at this.
And you can always follow me on Twitter.
Oh.
Good news tweets.
Want to go bird hunting this weekend?
That Seventh Heaven guy hasn't tweeted since the allegations, by the way. Not surprising.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, probably. A lot of people are tweeting his name a lot, though.
Sure.
He's never gotten so much attention. All right. I am very excited now to roll into what we call the Twitter questions portion of the show. And all week and all day, people have been using the hashtag AskTMS. And you can do that all week, guys. So write it down. Poke it in there. You don't have to put our name in there or anything else. Save those characters for your question. Just the hashtag AskTMS on Twitter. And here are our questions today. Are you ready, Brian?
I am ready. Bring them on.
All right, here they come. You all right over there? Sound like you had a thing happen there. You all right? Okay.
I was going to yawn, but...
Oh, man. That's a good sign for the segment. Salted Snake.
I'm really tired.
I understand. You should go to bed after this. Salted Snake says, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? Go.
Ooh. I like daiquiri ice. I remember Baskin Robbins used to have that pretty regularly. But probably if I'm at a place that has everything, I'm probably either going for like Rocky Road or Dulce de Leche or something like that.
Ooh, look at you, fancy. I got a pick here, and it would be chocolate with big chocolate chips in it. And it's kind of rare to find it. It's actually kind of hard to find somebody who mixes it that. It's
chocolate chip.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just dark chocolate chips. Boom, you're in. I love it. Also, I'll take Rocky Road if you're going to give it to me.
Sure.
Favorite pizza toppings? Asks Claire Gallagher.
Ooh. I like, so this is the one I make at home too, which is chicken, cilantro, purple onion, bacon, and then of course mozzarella cheese with barbecue sauce instead of marinara sauce. That's
that sounds all right.
the pizza that I make here at home.
Yeah,
And
that sounds yummy.
yes, it's my favorite.
Nicely done. So it's your favorite. For me, it's become something new lately. I don't know what to call it though. So there's this Cafe Limon I told you about here locally.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Love it there. And my favorite stuff, or my favorite pizza there, is this one that has sliced pear, fresh,
Ooh, really?
fresh mozzarella. Yeah. Onion.
If it's got pear, it's probably enough gorgonzola too, right?
I don't remember. Crap. I know it all feels very authentic-y, and it's really good. But if I had to pick one with a gun to my head, or if I was on a desert
just
island,
a single topping, is that what you think?
If that's what they're asking, then if that's what they mean, then I will say, what's that kind of like bacony but not quite bacony thing that's on pizzas?
Like Canadian bacon?
No, it's like that, but it's not. It's in really thin
prosciutto.
slices. Prosciutto, that's it.
Yeah,
that's my favorite topping.
Prosciutto. Okay,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
If I can only have one,
Yeah,
besides the cheese, right? The
Yeah.
cheese is automatically
Cheese is a given.
included.
Gotta have cheese.
All right,
Yeah.
then pepperoni.
Yeah,
If
pepperoni.
If
It's
there
an
can
old
be only
standard.
one,
It just
pepperoni.
gives me serious gas now. I can't have that anymore. All right. Thomas Chambers says, is complaining ever useful? I mean, does it ever get you to change your mind, or you just sit in what you want to do? Well, Thomas Chambers feeling very thoughtful today.
Wow, no kidding.
Yeah, it's useful. I mean, I think complaining can sometimes be a good impetus for starting a conversation.
Yeah.
And broadening one's own opinion because somebody else started it that way, and then you can but a lot of that depends on you and your willingness to do that. I mean, I think some people are going to fight till the death and don't care what anyone else's opinion is. Absolutely, that's true. But I think that's a cynical view that disagreements can lead to there have been plenty of times where I have been convinced down from my soapbox for whatever the topic may be. And I'm better for it. I feel like I've learned something from those people, and I'll have those conversations online or otherwise. And I am happy to admit when I think I'm wrong, or I've been too strong in one direction or the other.
Sure.
So why not?
Yeah, agreed. And I think complaining, when we complain, it actually helps us identify what it is that we're not satisfied with, what we need, and in some cases gives us the pinpoint as to what needs to be changed.
Brian, here's a more important question than that.
Okay.
Red asks, what are your wrestling names and signature moves?
The complainer.
The complainer, and I like to do the disagreement move.
Oh, these ropes are so hard on my face.
It's giving me a burn.
All right. My wrestling name is the Croupier. and my finishing move is to pick my opponent up like he's a pair of dice and huck him down like I'm rolling craps. Like he's going to bounce off the back the back wall of the the ropes.
I like it. All right, fair enough.
What's the snake eyes when he lands?
But what's the name of that? Is it just called the snake eyes?
Oh, what's it called?
Yeah. Signature move name would be probably
the crap roll.
The crap roll. I like it.
I don't know.
I get that at the Golden Walk every time I go there.
I get that every time I eat pepperoni.
That's right. So I'm going to say Dirt Socket is my wrestling name.
All right.
And my signature move. Boy, this is a hard one. The underpinch.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no! I'm dreading what this is.
I come up behind them and I pinch their wiener.
Like okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Right in the
like
right in the wiener.
Taint punch like we saw in Bloodsport.
No, not like in Bloodsport. Hold on. Let's go back.
Speaking of which, by the way.
Yeah.
Ironic name.
Yeah.
Has a deal for us.
Oh great. What's that?
He has a deal.
He has a deal. Okay, wait. Hold on. I can't get this to come up. Oh, so you say he's got a deal for us, and I would answer, or you ask it the way you would ask it.
All right. Ironic name has a deal for us.
What kind of a deal?
Okay.
Well, I'm putting it in Skype here right now. I have not heard this, but he convinced me that it is less sweary than 2.4 seconds of The Sopranos.
Okay,
so
good. We're better than that.
It's in Skype for you.
I have Kim check it all the time, and I go, is it bigger? And easily the longest.
I asked my doctor, would you please take a look at this? It's just like, it feels like it's gotten a little bigger the last few years. And she checked it out, and she's like, you're really lucky.
Whitaker's way bigger than you think he is, and never so long.
After I take a shot.
I'm going to take a shot. Well, he does the thing, opens up the little thing a little bigger or whatever. Like, you're like, whoa, did he really just do that in water with a cartoon and was not digitally inserted later? Eye-popping. He got huge and everything went to his head. Don't make out with Minnie Driver. She's got a mouthful of poo. Bullshit. What the heck, man? Everybody wants to just mash us up into conversations about testicles.
Right, exactly. I think that's all we're talking about.
Oh, man.
You're not going to call the cops?
No.
No, I'm not not if we can get away with it.
See if I can make a deal.
What kind of a deal?
All right. Thanks a lot, ironic name. We got a couple more here before we close things out. Let's do one for if you had an identical twin, do you think you would be best friends or mortal enemies? Says Joe Frazier.
Joe Frazier,
the professional boxer.
Wow! Holy cow!
Yeah, from the grave, right? He's not alive, I don't think.
So would we be best friends or mortal enemies if I had an identical
twin? If you had a twin, yeah, a twin Ibbot, bald goatee, the whole wearing a bad Hawaiian shirt, all that stuff together. Not that you do that all the time.
We'd be best of friends because come on, I'm Brian Ibbott.
You're not a jerk. You're the least jerky person I know. I know a lot of jerks. You're not on that list.
No.
I think I would be friends too. I don't know why you wouldn't. I'm friends with all my siblings, so why not? Why not the twin?
Sure.
All right. Here's one for you. Jonathan Bauer asks, chicken nugget dipping sauce of choice, honey mustard, or me. What does that mean? Why would he write that?
He wants to know if you would use him as a
was that a pickup line? That was a pickup line, wasn't it?
Coffee, tea, or me. But now these days it's
honey mustard, or me. Oh no, he says I'm such an idiot. He says honey mustard for me, meaning that's what he would pick.
Gotcha.
I'm an idiot. All right, so. For me it's also a honey mustard. What else is there for nuggets? That's it.
There's barbecue. There's
that's for chumps though.
Sweet and sour
chumps. More
okay.
chumps.
I'm with you. I mean honey mustard or just plain spicy hot mustard.
I like mustard I like mustards of all sorts. I like all the mustard types, and people who hate mustard are not friends of mine.
They're crazy. That's what they are.
Okay, how about this one? Any non-surgical scars? If so, any comical stories related to them? Well, I've told you mine with the. Well, I guess it was surgery though. Do you have any non-surgical scars? Nicholas asks.
On my knee, I've got a scar from stitches. I mean, it's not really surgical, but it's
from stitchery.
It is from stitchery. It is from medical procedure.
Well, I mean, I have a scar on my knee from when I swung across that river when I was in 7th grade in my brand new corduroys and blew apart my kneecap on that rock, and then floated down the river for about 2 miles before my Korean brother saved me with a raft.
Wow,
that happened. Wasn't hilarious though. It hurt. I still have that scar. What else?
Jeez.
Do I have anything else? I don't think I have one on my forehead. It's hard to see it because it's just under my hairline, although that's rapidly exposing itself, so we'll get there. But I have a scar there that I've had since I was 2, and apparently I have no memory of this, but my dad said that, because this is like, 69? No, this would have been like 72. And seatbelts were still, they're kind of, we recommend them, but it wasn't really the kind of laws they have now. And apparently my dad hit the brakes real hard, and I flew from the back seat of the car up to the front and hit my head on the dashboard.
Oh my God.
And then bled everywhere out of this scar. My mom was sure I was dying. And it turns out I just cut my head. It wasn't that big a deal. Other than that, I don't have any.
Jeez.
I don't have anything big. I had the surgery on my scrot. Or my what do you call it?
You're
not that. The
getting decaffeinated. You're
decaffeinated.
Decaffeinated, so you can't have kids anymore.
No, not that. No, I don't have that. Kim did that. No, I had she didn't. Sorry, let me back this train up. Kim had a uteral thing that did the same deal, so I didn't have to. Not because I didn't have to, but because she was doing that anyway for an unrelated thing, and that just happened to work out that way. So the truth is, I could run out and be a philandering idiot and sire more children if I wanted to.
And father kids up and down the clip clop.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. But if I did, I could.
I couldn't.
You're done. You're snippied.
Procedure done.
Yeah. So next time you see Brian in Vegas, just saying. What was it? What was my point though? I was going to say. Oh, it's just. I know I had a. What do you call that down there?
A hernia.
Hernia. Thank you. When I was 4, I had a hernia operation.
Mine was when I was 18.
Oh, what was
it?
Late
for a hernia.
Yeah, it was late.
Yeah, inguinal hernia. So right above the clip clop.
Right above the clip clop. In the Utah there. That's very nice.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. One more, and then we're done with these.
All right.
You
do these all night.
I know. I like them a lot.
Yeah.
Let's see. Did you guys see the teaser trailer for Tomorrowland? What are your thoughts?
Yes.
I haven't seen it yet, Brian. What? Tell me. Tell me.
It's so damn good.
Is it short? How long is it?
It's short. It's it's probably a good minute long, and it's got enough stuff that you're going to want to watch it, when you're paying full attention. I mean, you could probably want me to pull up a link and you can watch it right now while we're doing this.
Yeah, I thought.
I'm pulling up a link right now because
US teaser trailer. This one right here, HD. Is this the one? Yeah, I found it. Should I play it now?
Yeah, go ahead and play it now.
Okay, 6 hours ago it was posted. That sounds right. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Giving this a shot here. See if the volume's any good. Don't know. We're getting the green screen there where they're telling me it's general audiences.
For all audiences, yeah, sure.
Okay, so we got a girl here. Oh, she's I know her.
Okay. Got one money clip.
Let me just say this real quick. I have zero idea what this is about, so this is kind of fun for me because I don't know anything about it.
This is where I was at too. So
okay, good. All right, here we go.
$47.32. One Florida State driver's license, baseball cap, one pen, one pack of Beeman's gum, and whatever that is.
All right. Okay. She's picking up stuff.
It's not mine.
What's not yours?
The pen. I've never.
Oh, wow, dude. What the hell's going on? This looks great. Is this based on a book or something?
No, this is a completely new story.
A secret place.
And
where nothing was impossible.
Oh, that's George Clooney.
That is George Clooney.
Giorgio Clooney. Oh, that is so cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
Well, how does she look?
Miraculous place.
How does she look to those people?
Where you could actually change the world.
I don't know if I want to. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm in.
Are you in? Is that? Are you sold?
Yeah, I think I'm in.
Yeah.
I don't know a thing about it though. Okay, so is Tomorrowland, is that a play on Tomorrowland, like in Disneyland?
Yeah. This is a Disney movie, and it's Tomorrowland, so it's.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, those Pirates movies, the first one was okay, but those other ones are terrible.
Come on, how awesome was Haunted Mansion? Just kidding.
I didn't see it because I didn't want to.
But here's the thing. It's not like it's based on a ride. It's based on a concept, which was the future. And this future is going to be so cool. And you're going to, have the ability to...
should transport yourself to Kansas, right?
Well, the whole idea behind Tomorrowland at Disney was a future where it was like that 50s idealized, everything is automatic.
Yeah.
The world is this great place, no pollution, no fighting, no, everything is this cool, futuristic, shiny silver. There's Buzz Lightyear and his Astro Blasters.
All right, I don't know what to expect, but that seems pretty awesome there. The vibe is good. I like the vibe. I'm into the vibe. All right, well, there you go. There's your Twitter questions. It's Ask TMS on Twitter. Ask us all week, you guys. And while you're at it, if you're one of them people who haven't done it yet, go over to patreon.com/TMS and throw us a little scratch. Helps us make more, better stuff for you.
Hey, throw us a little scratch. Somebody's been watching The Sopranos.
Polly Walnuts over there, who does nothing but swear, apparently. I've forgotten how much he swears. Do that, please. We'd appreciate it. Our website is frogpants.com/TMS. Our email, themorningstream@gmail.com. And on Twitter, as always, follow Brian at Coverville. Did you do a Coverville today?
I did, yes. Kirsty MacColl and Hall & Oates. And I played a Kirsty MacColl cover by someone who was a companion on Doctor Who.
Good gosh.
Zephyrtes.
I don't even know. Tom Baker era or sooner than that?
No, much more recent.
Okay, darn
I
it.
want to say Matt Smith era.
Okay.
You would also know her from The Office, the American version of The Office.
I know who it is. It's what's her name that took over for Pam? Oh, not Pam. Yeah, Pam took over Pam's job at the desk.
You're thinking that
what's her name? No, that's not it. Oh no, it's the British chick who comes over to run the thing.
Might be exactly who it is, but we'll have to see.
She drives me crazy on The Office. All right, well, there you have it. Check it out, coverville.com. And that's it. Let's go out with a cover or some kind of music. What do you got?
Sure, it is a cover. This one called in by Cullen. Hello, Silver and Bromine. Tuesday, October the 7th, marks my 16th birthday, and I would like to thank you for all your great content and to make a request if I'm not too late. I'd like to request a cover of Sweet Home Alabama, but synthified by the Moog Cookbook. The rest is specified in the details section. Okay, well, there we go. That's exactly what it is. Now, the Moog Cookbook, this, in addition to being the very first song I ever played on Coverville, was a Moog Cookbook cover of Smells Like Teen Spirit.